Welcome back, everybody, to High Flyer Radio number 42, and the best pro wrestling show on the planet here on the internet. And as always, it is the Energy County here to host alongside High Flyer Radio champion.
The one and only Aiden Kossick, baby. I'm gonna wear this thing around my waist for a long fucking time. I don't plan on dropping it to anybody. Nobody. But what's going on, Raul, man? It's another beautiful Friday. It's the end of the month. We're here to recap everything.
Yep. Another beautiful Friday here with you all on twitch.tv/the nerdcore, youtube.com/the nerdcore, and in your ears on a podcast replay wherever you can find it.
Yeah. We've got a lot of topics to break down today. We're gonna be talking about who's in and who's out in the world of professional wrestling. Got a lot of free agent news. Jesus, man. Bullet Club in 2022 making a resurgence. We're going to talk about the build to Revolution versus the build to Mania, where at AEW Revolution March 6th, I'm going to be bringing, I'm going to be defending this.
Did you send this link to anybody, bro? Because I'm seeing
somebody
here. I'm seeing somebody.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? This motherfucker.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Gio.
What's up, Gio?
Yes, it is indeed a lovely Friday. I'm here from the High Flyer Radio corporate office. Just first off, I wanted to let you all know that it has come to my attention, those of you watching at home, that there has been quite a controversy here with the High Flyer Radio Championship and questions about the legitimacy of one Aiden Kossick's title. The last thing we want, especially as we continue this championship league, is to have an asterisk on the name of our very first champion.
An asterisk?
Yes. Also, given the fact that in the light of these, there was an impromptu tiebreaker. Excuse me. It's been a long week. A tiebreaker. I think it's best that we both give both the attention needed to the situation, as well as the make sure that the respect is given to the corporate office, which is why I am very privileged to have been able to be chosen from the corporate office to retain this title so that we can wipe the slate clean of this illegitimate entire affair. This is not how we run things here at High Flyer Radio. And as much as I enjoy watching both candidates compete in High Flyer Radio Championship, it is important that we do this with satisfaction. So I will be winning the title at the AEW Revolution pay-per-view, and we will be wiping the slate clean from Burke Made and from Aiden.
Listen, Gio, I think you got your damn bow tie on too goddamn tight. All this air, it's cutting off the circulation to your brain.
Sir, I just have to make sure that words are important and details matter. This is indeed a tie, not a bow tie. I tied it myself this morning. When I got up, I kissed my grandkids, and I came to the office, and I made sure to follow my fiduciary responsibility, which is something you would not know anything about.
Yeah, listen, tie, bow tie, bolo tie. I don't give a shit what you have on your neck, Gio. All the circulation going to your brain is getting cut off right now, man. The only tie that there's going to be is not going to be a tie at Revolution. There's going to be no tie. There's going to be no tie in your neck. There's going to be no tie. I'm going to win. I'm going to win clean. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat Dwayne at Mania. I'm going to move on to Mania. I'm going to beat whoever that challenger is. I'm going to move on to Double or Nothing. I'm going to beat that challenger. We're going to come full circle. I'm going to be here at Royal Rumble next year. I'm going to win that match. I'm going to win the Elimination Chamber. I'm never dropping this title. Ever dropping this title, Gio. So, good luck to you at Revolution. Good luck to Dwayne. Good luck to anyone who tries to get their hands on this thing, because it's not fucking happening anytime soon, baby. Because I'm Aiden Kossick. That's all I have to say to you, sir.
Well, we shall see, won't we? because
We
I
will
have
see.
definitely put in the flex hours. I have put in the time off. I have the vacation time. I will give it my entire 100%
Yeah,
as
man.
as a member of the High Flyer Radio Championship to make sure that this matter is resolved.
Yeah, well, you're gonna need all the vacation time you're gonna need after I kick your ass next Sunday, son. So we'll see. We'll see you at Revolution. Get off my
Yeah.
damn show.
Any,
Get up.
hey, Cover Geo, where the W2s at though?
Yeah,
It's
where
tax
The
season.
the
Where the
W's,
W2s
where's my
at?
tax money?
Yeah, where the W2s at?
Champs gotta eat, baby.
we are on the internet. The internet is in a Bermuda. I'm sorry, I have a call I need to take.
No,
Yes,
that's a suspicious
I'll
phone.
see you at Revolution.
I don't think that's a phone. I think that was his fingers, Raul.
I want to know where
I
the.
think that slimy son of a bitch is running away from shit that he doesn't want to fucking get into.
Yeah, I think he
Son
just
of a
wants to keep
bitch.
our W2s, bro.
Son of a
I think he just
bitch.
wants to keep our W2s. But hope everyone's having a good day today on this wonderful Friday. And as always, what's it called? This won't be the only show today. We have a live show later tonight as well. But today we get to talk about some wrestling as we come here to you at the end of the month because there's been a lot of stuff that's been going down since last time we did a regular High Flyer episode.
Yeah, there really
Yeah.
has. It really has. This is the first regular High Flyer Radio episode since like the beginning of the year, man. Because all we had so far is the Royal Rumble watch along,
Mm-hmm.
and the Elimination Chamber watch along. So this is like our first. This is like our first real episode, dude. And I feel like this is the last episode of this era before we move into a whole new beautiful revolution for
Yeah.
High Flyer Radio. You
Before
know
we
what I
start
mean?
drinking perp. But
Yeah. Before we start drinking the perp.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the new era starts next month and we can have that new intro. But as far as
Yeah.
right now, we got some good stuff going on here, y'all. And we got a lot of stuff going on with the topics here. But of course, as always, we want to thank you all so much for being here. And Aiden, shall we run through here what we got going first? Oh, hey, what's up, Kylie? Thank you for being in chat. Hey, Asterisk.
First,
Asterisk.
Geo comes on our own show, comes in here and criticizes me for the first 8 minutes of the show. We haven't even talked about any wrestling yet, and now we've got Kylie coming into the chat. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's get into the topics, man. Let's get into the topics.
Yeah.
Oh, who was in and who was out, man? But bring up that chat from Kylie. Let's see.
Yeah. Kylie says we had those titles designed in 2K20, and when we bigger budget. Yeah, those
man,
titles look cool. Those titles look
who's
cool.
in and who's out? So first round, I'm going to talk about I'm going to run down all these free agents, and then kind of we'll just give our thoughts on it. So we've got on the AEW side of things. Real surprise, Fightful Select has learned that Brian Cage had his option picked up by AEW, which means that his initial contract with AEW has run through, but there was, I think, a 2-year option on his contract to pick up. So he's going to be there for another 2 years, unless they let him go for some reason. Then we had a lot of debuts this month on AEW television. We had Keith Lee, who showed up. Ooh, can't wait to talk about that. Jay White made his AEW debut, and then this past Wednesday we had Buddy Matthews, who came in and joined the House of Black. Jeff Hardy, who was let go by WWE last year because of the erratic behavior confirmed on like this kid's like YouTube channel, who had like 300 subscribers. That he's going to AEW, which is kind of crazy.
You're telling us that we could have just emailed Jeff and we could have been the one to break the news?
We literally could have just tweeted at Jeff Hardy and been like, "Yo, what's going on, dog? You want to come on High Flyer Radio and break the scoop?" But nah. But that's the AEW side of things. I kind of want to get into that, dude. We haven't talked about like Keith Lee together joining AEW, man.
I'm so happy for Keith Lee, man. I'm so happy for Keith Lee. If any of y'all know that, as long as y'all been in here watching this show, you know that I love Keith Lee with all my heart. I think that he's probably one of the best wrestlers on the planet right now. And I absolutely was disappointed when his main roster run became what everybody from NXT becomes. And it's just, either they give you the rocket to the moon or they just let you meander in the mid card and then just, Keith Lee went through some stuff that he had to figure out as well with COVID and stuff when he got it. And then when he comes back, they kind of they're not aware of like what they can do with Keith Lee, and they kind of just fuck it up, man. So I'm glad that he's finally where he belongs, and hopefully he gets a bunch more opportunities out here. But I was really happy to see him. Plus, man showed out for his first time in AEW.
Yeah, it was great to see everyone do like the like, oh, bask in his
Yep,
glory.
yep.
Like it was nice to see that return to form because, dude, like someone I can't remember which podcast I was listening to, but someone brought up the fact that we haven't seen Keith Lee, like real limitless Keith Lee in front of live crowds since like 2019.
Yeah.
Because when he came to Raw, he was doing like the whole stupid like Bearcat Lee gimmick that Vince was trying to push on him, and they were trying to make him wrestle different and put him in t-shirts and all the stuff that Keith Lee just wasn't. And he even talked about it in an interview this past week, I think on Busted Open, where he talked about like it was just nice being out there in front of the live crowd and just being who Keith Lee is. And it's
Mhm.
nice to see him because Keith Lee is someone who immediately should be put in a title picture. It's nice to see him get that spot in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. I don't think he's going to win it. And I don't think Keith Lee should win it immediately. I think eventually Keith Lee is going to have a title around his waist. I think before this year's over, Keith Lee will have some type of title on his waist in AEW, and he
Mhm.
should. So it's good for him. Buddy Matthews. Oh my! The reaction of Buddy Matthews, man.
Yeah.
Like
Super
that
happy.
crowd knew who Buddy Matthews was, and that crowd was happy that he was there. Um,
By the way, man, put on some muscle, man. Yeah, man looks
oh my
great.
gosh, he's jacked right now, dude.
Yeah.
All I have to say is Buddy Matthews versus Kenny Omega win the battle of the V triggers, man. Like
Yeah.
I just hope that we get like just simultaneous, like Kenny Omega's on one side of the ring and Buddy Matthews is on the other side of the ring, and they just
Mhm.
dual V trigger, just and we just see them collide. That's my dream spot. Uh,
Yeah. But I'm super happy for Buddy Matthews. I know that he spent a little bit of time in NJPW, kind of doing stuff on there with Strong,
yeah,
and I'm glad that now he's here. And I think because I know that all of us were kind of like thinking like, oh, when is he gonna hit AEW? Because that's kind of where he was projected at first,
yeah,
and then now I think this is the perfect time for him to join because they have the House of Black, and I'm glad that he was able to join the House of Black because they
yeah.
look fucking awesome.
And it looked like Buddy Matthews kind of had like some resistance to joining, like being fully committed to the House of Black too, which is really cool because that's going to be awesome whenever Buddy Matthews turns on Malachi. I
Hmm.
think that could be like a world title feud one day if you want to do like because AEW has loved doing these storylines so far of like teaming two guys together and just teasing dissent between them over the years. I mean, we've got it right now with like MJF and Wardlow. That
Yeah.
was the whole point with the Kenny Omega and Hangman story. So who knows? Maybe we'll get it again with Buddy Matthews and Malachi. You
Yeah.
never know.
What's
But
up, Keon? Thank you for being in chat, bro.
yeah, what's up, Keon? But on the WWE side of things, then we've got Mustafa Ali, who's requested to have his contract, to be released from his contract in WWE, and WWE is not budging on that because they claim him as someone who's worth value to them, and someone who they view as though that they can make a lot of money off of, even though they're not using him on TV.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Then we had Shane was also let go from his deal again at the beginning of the month. We kind of talked about that on the Elimination Chamber watch along, but I think it's kind of funny to
Yeah.
be honest that like Shane McMahon has been hired and fired like multiple times in the past couple of years, and it's just like I don't think this is his last run in WWE either. I think he'll be back one
Oh
more
no,
time.
you'll be back.
He'll be back next year for the Men's Royal Rumble whenever they have no idea what they want to do. Another one, Drake Maverick, who was hired and fired by WWE 2 times already since the pandemic has started, has been hired by WWE again to work as part of the creative team, which, good for Drake Maverick. We had
Yeah.
AJ Styles re-signed with a quote big money deal with WWE because AJ Styles said that WWE is the place for him. He says he can't really see himself being in any other promotion right now. And then our final WWE free agent is Cesaro, who was offered a new contract but rejected it. He was working off of his 1 year extension from last year, and now that his extension has expired, it's up. He's a free agent. He can show up in any wrestling company effective immediately. He could be on
No 90-day non-complete.
no 90-day
Non-compete.
non-compete. He could show up on AEW Dynamite next week, man. But
Yeah.
out of
Ooh.
all that with the WWE side of things, like what sticks out to you the most?
Of course, Cesaro is at the top because, of course, I'm a big ROH guy when that was going on, and I loved Claudio.
Claudio.
But of course, to me, Drake Maverick, what's it called? They're coming back. Like they hire him, fire him, hire him, fire him, and then what's it called? Hire him again, but not in the ring. Don't worry about it. You're gonna come into the creative team.
Yeah.
That must mean that, of course, I don't know what the fuck's going on over there in the offices, but apparently they really like Drake Maverick and they want to keep him in some way that they can, and
Yeah.
have him work for them in some form. But you know, what's it called? To me, it's Cesaro. Cesaro 100% has to be the biggest drop ball that they've had in WWE. I mean, there was a moment where we really thought, oh man, they're gonna do it. They're gonna, what's it called? They're gonna finally give Cesaro a chance, and they just never did. They never did.
Yeah.
And even though like he fits all the criteria of what Vince likes in a wrestler,
Yeah.
but
He's
you know,
everything. It's bizarre. It's everything that is on Vince's list, except for having, long hair. But I mean, shoot, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the biggest guy to ever do it
fucking
in the
bald.
business, he's bald as can be, man. So it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Cesaro has charisma. He has the in-ring skill. Cesaro right now is a top 10 worker in the world. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Cesaro is going to kill it no matter where he shows up at. I've got to be 100% honest here, dude. I'm really starting to get behind. Sorry, someone's car is going crazy in my neighborhood right now. I'm really starting to get behind. Man, now I lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? Oh, Impact Wrestling. I think Impact
Yeah.
Wrestling is starting to do a lot of really cool things. If only they could take that world title off of Moose, I would be happy as can be. I think Matt Cardona is one of the most interesting wrestlers right now, and I think he's brought my eyes to Impact Television. So now I'm really curious to see if Cesaro shows up maybe in Impact.
That's
Hopefully he
what I
can
was
have
seeing
some
that a
matches
lot of
on.
people wanted. I was seeing some
Yeah,
people talk about Impact, him being where he can go, and honestly, I would love to see Cesaro take that belt off Moose.
absolutely. I think Cesaro would be perfect. I think he's the type of guy too that you bring into a company like Impact who can elevate it to a new level. You know what I mean? Like, he
Hmm.
can be a Bryan Danielson or a Kurt Angle. You know what I mean? Like, you can put that belt on his back and he will take your company to new heights. So I
Hmm.
think Impact Television would be perfect for him. I'd like to see him show up and have some matches on like New Japan Strong. I saw that Chris Dickinson is finally coming back from his injuries at Mania weekend for New Japan. So a match between Claudio and Chris Dickinson for me right now, the Dirty Daddy. Like, I will lose my shit, dude. But
You know what
him,
sucks though? Like,
what's up?
it's just everybody's leaving Xavier Woods, man. His
Yeah.
YouTube channel, like everybody who was what's it called, who's in that show is pretty much gone from WWE. And what sucks is that they can't come on anymore. So like,
Hmm.
I loved watching Cesaro play games with him, and love watching Adam Cole and Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Everybody's kind of leaving Xavier Woods, man. I wonder who the hell he's gonna be playing with now.
Yeah, honestly, I wonder about him too, because he said openly now that he's like, yeah, now that I've won King of the Ring, like I don't care. Like that is what Xavier Woods wanted to do when he went to WWE. He wanted to win King of the Ring, and he's done it now. And they haven't really done
Mhm.
shit with him since, you know what I mean? So like,
And I
if
don't think that they'll put the title on him. Like that's
no, I don't think they will either. I know a lot of people are hoping for it because it's like, oh, it happened to Kofi and it happened to Big E, so now Xavier is the only one left. Maybe, but I
nah.
think if that's the case, it's gonna be another 3 years before they ever do something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
let's go. I think it happened organically with Kofi. I think Vince really likes Big E, and
yeah,
I think that it happened. It was like the right time to kind of pull it off and just to have it happen by having him beat Bobby Lashley. But I don't see them doing it with Xavier.
mm-mm.
I don't think Vince has his radar in Xavier.
Yeah, especially with like the AJ Styles deal, which is
Yeah,
something that really sticks out to me as being a big money deal. When you've got people
yeah.
like AJ Styles who are re-signing, you know, and you've got Edge, and the rumor is that the Mania match is going to be Edge and AJ Styles, which I really hope that I've got the tickets for the night that one is on. I really hope I do because I would love to see that live.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
ready for that, man.
yeah,
Because
but
yeah, that was what was supposed to happen when Edge came back,
yeah,
and then AJ got hurt,
yeah.
so they kind of had to do the whole Orton and Edge feud.
Yeah, which
So
which
yeah,
sucked. I hated that feud. Like, I really did not like that feud. I thought that like they had one really cool segment in front of the live crowd at the beginning of that feud like right after the Rumble with Orton and Edge that I can remember, but everything after that I thought was pretty bad. But so I really hope that AJ and Edge delivers. And then you've got people like Cody Rhodes who are probably going to show up in WWE, sometime soon. I'm saying Raw after Mania. I think that that's probably when Cody's going to show up, which I've got tickets for that too. So I really hope that he shows up there because I think it'd be really cool. So, I mean, you never know, man. I just think but kind of moving into like what our next topic is, Bullet Club in 2022. I just really think that it sucks that AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes, who are the two of the people that I really would like to see involved in this wild ass Bullet Club storyline that's unfolding on TV right now. I think it's a bummer that they're both kind of out of it right now on top of Devitt. Like, it would be really nice to see Finn Balor come back because they're not doing anything with him. What's he going to do? Fight Damian Priest for the United States title at WrestleMania and maybe win?
Priest hasn't been in WWE in ages, bro. True.
No, he's there. He's on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Damian Priest. I'm thinking about Damian Sandow.
No. I was like, Damian Priest he's the champion. He's the United States champion.
Bro, they've had too many people called Damian on this fucking on this fucking company.
Yeah, it's too much, man.
Yeah.
But Raul, let me ask you, how much you know about this Bullet Club storyline that's going on right now?
I know that Jay White made his debut, and I know that he cost the match for his tag. What's it called? His stablemates back in Japan, and it looks like it's looking like Jay White is going to kind of recreate Bullet Club and kind of push it to where it could have been in the Americas, it could be in the Americas, because I don't think they ever kind of brought it over here to the Americas, during that little bit of stint with ROH and all, of course. But I'm excited. It's part of me hates that AJ is not involved in this, but I've gotten around to the idea of Jay White as the leader, because I do like Jay's look, and I like Jay's moveset and all that. And I like the way he tells stories. Yeah. So I'm not really interested in a whole oh, who's the leader? Am I the leader? Are you the leader? It's this type of storyline. I'm not interested in that. I just want to see what Jay White and what Bullet Club are going to bring to AEW now.
Yeah, I am too, especially because it seems like Jay White and Adam Cole are pulling strings together, and it's weird because you've got Jay White who turns on God at the Impact show, and then throws up the Too Sweet with the Good Brothers. Now they're back in Bullet Club, and Chris Bay is getting a good spotlight out of this, which makes me happy, because Chris Bay, if you don't know who Chris Bay is and you're not paying attention to Chris Bay right now, you need to be paying attention to Chris Bay, because that dude is going to take off one day. I would love to see him get a really prominent role out of this Bullet Club storyline. Kenny Omega is out right now. Are they going to bring him in? Are we going to have Kenny Omega and Jay White go at it with each other? I think that there's so much going on, and Jay White is constantly tweeting about AEW and New Japan and Impact all working together. I think that we're in for I think we're in for a mega show. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Tony Khan's got a big announcement that he's saying, we don't know what it's going to be, but I think we might be in for what could top the ROH and New Japan crossover, dude. I think we might be in for AEW, Impact, New Japan, bringing them all together, which I think would be sick. Yeah,
Tony Khan's own version of Battle of the Worlds, and it would be incredible, and I think that easily that Tony Khan.
While we're already on it, let's talk about it. What is Tony Khan's big announcement, dude?
I think it might be that, and I think that it's going to try to go head-to-head with WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. I think you could easily do a Night 1 and Night 2, a Battle of the Worlds type of deal, where you have Night 1 and Night 2, have it be mixed bag of, AEW, Impact, and NJPW talent, even though I still don't know how it's going down right now, if the Japanese wrestlers can travel over here to the United States and stuff like that, but
there's a lot going on in the world right now, man. It's I don't know. I don't know what any type of international travel looks like right now, dude. You know what I mean? It's scary out there, man. Which is why we do shows like this, to kind of take those moments and distract ourselves.
Bring some smiles to the people.
Yeah, bring some smiles to the people, man.
Yes.
We're here to talk about wrestling. We're here to have a good time, dude. But Tony Khan, man, I don't know what his announcement is. He's saying no one knows what it is. He's saying it's not just one particular person. He's saying that it's going to top the CM Punk signing. It's going to be revolutionary to the wrestling world. he said that it's supposedly going to be ready by Wednesday. So whatever this is, there's a lot of lawyers involved. There's a lot going on. So I'm curious. A lot of people think maybe Tony Khan has secured Okada. Maybe Okada's coming to
Shit my
AEW,
pants.
which to me, if Tony Khan has secured Okada, I would genuinely consider that as like underneath, like right underneath CM Punk. Maybe not for like this side of the world. Maybe people are, oh, who's Okada? But if you are a wrestling fan, you know who Okada is. You know who Kazuchika Okada is. Like, and you know what to expect from that man.
Yeah.
And the bouts that he can have with the AEW roster, I think would be incredible.
It'd be incredible if he just not just acquired one person, but he acquired like a handful of NGPW talent. We're talking like
Yeah. All of Chaos.
Tanahashi.
What if he
Yeah,
got all of Chaos, dude? Like
fuck
the
me,
whole
man.
thing.
It'd be incredible, but I mean, if it's Okada, man, I'm shitting my pants, man. I'm shitting my pants. We've been saying for a while, like, hey, when's Okada coming in? Like, when's Okada gonna do something here? And let's go. There was even a time when we were like, oh, I think this debute's gonna be Okada. This is gonna be Okada,
Yeah.
and it just never happened. And now that we're seeing, Jay White come over here, I'm like, oh,
Yeah. I wonder if like that Okada thing slowed down because of Kenny. Because it really for a while was like even dude, the Rampage that I went to for Full Gear, like the whole crowd was chanting Okada, and Tony Khan at the end of the show said, we'll see sooner than you think. And that was basically it. And I was like, okay, so we are getting Okada, but like when and what capacity? Is it going to be Okada signing with AEW? Is it just going to be New Japan and AEW working on a deal together? But I wonder if the whole goal is to bring those Kenny Omega and Okada bouts back to bring them to America, so that way people have a chance to see it. Because I know a lot of people have never seen those matches, which to me is a travesty.
But I mean, it would be a big baller move if he wants to go head to head with the WWE on WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 by doing his own Battle of the Worlds.
It really would, dude.
Fuck, man, that would be crazy.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we're going head to head with WWE, man, with our own pay-per-view, man. Our title is a little bit. I would say our title is more prestigious, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns want to smoke with me, son. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even a street prophet. But moving on to our next topic, we'll talk about the build to AEW Revolution versus the build to WrestleMania, man. I'm gonna put this with the note that there's a month between both pay-per-views. We still have a lot of time to build up to the WrestleMania card, but I'm going to give you, as it is today, and there's still room to add on to this card, I'm gonna give you the AEW Revolution card. AEW World Title, Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole. AEW Women's World Title, Dr. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. AEW World Tag Team Titles, Jurassic Express versus Reed Dragon versus another team. That team will be decided this Wednesday. It's probably going to be the Young Bucks. We have the AEW TBS title, Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti. We've got the Face of the Revolution ladder match, which is Keith Lee versus Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks versus, which I'm not gonna say who it is, but we have Orange Cassidy versus Anthony Bowens tonight in a qualifier to see who's going to be in the match versus one more person who's going to be a Joker, most likely. Then we have the dog collar match, CM Punk versus MJF, Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho. Then we have Andrade El Idolo, Isaiah Cassidy, Matt Hardy versus Sting, Darby Allin, and Sammy Guevara in a Tornadoes trio match. I think that might be the most stacked wrestling card of all time, dude.
It's crazy stacked, and this is it. This is the last. Oh, this is the end of the card, right? Like next week is the freaking what's it called, the event. So
there's rumors that there's gonna be a Jay White match added, and like potentially like another Serena D match or something like that, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If you listen to QT Marshall's comments on the state of women's wrestling in AEW today, if you want to put your bets on there being another women's match, I would think against that.
Oh, I loved how Eddie was like, what's it called? Let's get some girls out here. Let's have a women's wrestling match. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was if you're gonna stand here and talk Tony Khan, give me Statlander and Willow Nightingale right now.
Yeah,
Which
let's have a wrestling match.
bro, Statlander and Willow Nightingale instead of Chris Jericho on TV, man, sign me up for that, man.
I made the fuck up for that. Yeah, I'm
Sign me
good.
up for that one.
Yeah.
But that card is in contrast to, as it stands, we have the Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair, which is gonna be an awesome match. That's gonna bang. We have the Mysterios versus The Miz and Logan Paul. Ugh. Potentially Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, which I'm sure we've got thoughts on that one. Boy, oh boy. And then these are the only two confirmed matches for the nights. We've got the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey for night 1. And then we have the Universal Championship versus the WWE Championship. Winner takes all. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
But to be fair, of course, let's go ahead and bring up the thing is that WrestleMania is a couple of months out. You know,
it's 1 month out now.
One month out, yeah. Make it the card, but I don't. I'll give you right now. I don't care about the Mysterios versus Miz and Logan Paul. That just hurts to say as a big fan of Ray, but you know, if there was another team, against them, you know, that would probably be, I'd be excited for that match, but I don't give a shit about that. Becky and Bianca's winning. There's no way that Bianca doesn't walk out there champion, and it has to be. I don't care about Charlotte versus Ronda because I'm gonna be God honest here, man. That Charlotte this reign I've not been enjoying it. Ronda bores the hell out of me, and I don't care about Ronda Rousey.
I'm going to be 100% honest here, Raul. I've got tickets for night 1 of WrestleMania, dude. If Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey is the main event, which I'm hoping and praying it is, low-key, because it'll give me the chance to get the fuck out of the building early because I'm not staying there to watch the match, dude. I'm getting out of the building early. I'm calling my Uber. You're not going to catch me waiting 5 hours after WrestleMania's ended just to catch one Uber to get out of the building. I hope Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair is the main event because the women deserve the main event. But unfortunately, I have no interest in either one of these two right now. So I will not be staying for that. Yeah. But if the main event ends up being Becky versus Bianca, who deserves the main event, I don't know.
What sucks is that they're probably going to break it up. They're probably going to be like, oh, what's it called? One women's championship match one night, one women's championship the other night. So like night 2 will probably have Becky versus Bianca.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm so bummed, dude. Especially because the fact that now the men's title match, it's only gonna be on one night. It's gonna be on Sunday, so now they're probably gonna put. Yeah, you're right. I feel like night 2 is probably gonna open with like Becky versus Bianca, which I feel like Becky versus Bianca should main event, man. I don't know, man, but you know. That is what it is, dude. The only thing that really out of all these matches, out of both cards, though, I want to ask you, like, what is the match that you are most excited for?
Roman and Brock, in its own way. I think that the story has been writing itself. Roman has never beat Brock at WrestleMania ever. He lost against him at 31. He lost to him at 33. You know, it hasn't happened. And I think that Roman's going to beat him. And honestly, at this point, like, we have no idea when this man's going to drop that title. I think it'll happen at SummerSlam, right? And, you know, that's going to happen. But we have no idea when this man's dropping the title. But I'll tell you this right now. There is no chance in freaking hell that Stone Cold Steve Austin's coming back. No chance in fucking hell.
Oh, really?
No.
We'll jump into that conversation. You don't think there's any chance that Stone Cold
there is no chance in hell that this man is is coming back. If it is, then Vince has been keeping one of the best kept secrets of wrestling alive here. But I don't know if I care to watch Stone Cold Steve Austin come back to the ring and go against somebody like Kevin Owens, who is a very different era of professional wrestling, going up against somebody else who, honestly, I don't think that they would have the match that everybody thinks that they would have.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that are like excited for this potential news, and to me, I'm just like, keep Stone Cold out of the ring. If you want to bring Stone Cold Steve Austin back because WrestleMania is in Texas, I get it. But to me, all you have to do is have one segment. Kevin Owens, he's been doing this thing on TV for the past like 2 months now, where he's shit talking Texas. All you have to do is have Kevin Owens come down to the ring, or like maybe after a tag match with him and Seth Rollins at Mania, whatever you're gonna do, have Kevin Owens be like, that's because Texas sucks. Go on about Texas, and the glass breaks, and the whole place just goes absolutely nuts. Stone Cold comes out, walks to the ring, and drops Stunner on Kevin Owens, drops Stunner on Seth Rollins, throw a couple beers, throw up a couple fuck yous, and then we get out. And that's literally all you have to do, and people would be totally fine with that, man. That's all you have to do. But yeah, man, looking at this whole thing, I think this Face of the Revolution ladder match, dude, is gonna bang. I don't know, dude, Keith Lee, Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, potentially Anthony Bowens or Orange Cassidy versus one more guy who a lot of people are thinking it might be Cesaro now. I'm falling under the assumption that it's probably going to be Isaiah Swerve Scott, because the reports that him and AEW have come to terms on a contract, which to me would make the most sense. Which to me makes me happy, because look at all the black people that are going to be in this Face of the Revolution ladder match. That's awesome.
Ooh, yes, sir.
But see Keith Lee and Swerve go at it, man. That's going to be awesome to see Hobbs and Swerve go at it. Like, I can't wait. I just want to see, I want to see Wardlow do the powerhouse, or like do his like Powerbomb Symphony thing. I want to see him do that on Keith Lee. I want to see if Wardlow can get Keith Lee's big ass all the way up there for that spot, dude. And if he can, Wardlow better climb his ass up that ladder and grab that brass ring, because he needs the TNT Championship, which I think is going to happen.
All right. And we're going to continue talking about some more pro wrestling after we come back from this wonderful, break. We got to go and, take a break. But when we come back, we got more to talk about. And shit, I don't have the fucking break here. Oh, wow.
Goddamn, son.
Well, guys? It's going to look different on the video. But I promise, it's still going to be...
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Raul Alejandro Mendoza, and this is...
Jabril Newton.
And we are the hosts of High Flyer Radio. And finally, pro wrestling has come back to the Nerdcore podcast feed in the form of a show hosted by Jabril and I. And we talk about everything and anything in the pro wrestling world on Mondays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Nothing's off limits. Whatever you guys want to talk about is from AEW to SmackDown to Raw to NXT. Nothing's off the table. We can talk about it.
We're going to talk all about it. And if you can get it a day early, you should go to the www.patreon.com/thenerdcore and pledge to the tiers on there, so you can get this show and a lot of shows days early before anybody else gets to hear it. But enough talking about it. We'll go ahead and see you there at the Squared Circle. Oh, yeah. Don't tap out. Tune in.
Hello, guys and gals, and you're listening to The Ladies of Nerdcore. I am your host, Daniela Nunez, and along with my amazing co-host, Ashley Garcia, we discuss many things like social impact, pop culture, political realms, and any controversy surrounding the Nerdverse. Tune in and listen to us bi-weekly on the Nerdcore podcast feed, and we will love to chat and hear your thoughts on our wonderful show. And thank you again for listening to The Ladies of Nerdcore.
Hey everyone, my name is Raul, the Nerdy Chicano, and I am the host of The Impaired Files. The Impaired Files is an interview show brought to you every Thursday on the Nerdcore podcast feed. And I interview people such as filmmakers, content creators on YouTube, and podcasters like Colton Geschwander. And if you want to listen to that early, a whole week early, all you got to do is go to the Patreon and pledge to the $1 tier. And if you want to listen to it with the general public, then go to Nerdcore podcast feed on anchor.fm/the Nerdcore. And the case is closed, but it's not classified. See you guys there.
Hey, it's Ashley from the Gamer Core. You may remember me from such episodes as Big Screen Mess, Mo Money Mo Platforms, and Brad Can Read. Tune in weekly as I blab with my co-hosts Raul the Nerdy Chicano and Brad the Random Germ about the latest news in gaming and gush over what we're playing at the moment. Oh yeah, and we got the deals too. Keep up with the latest deals in gaming and what's happening as I mediate Brad and Raul fighting like a married couple. Will Death Stranding ever come out? Will Cyberpunk 2077 live up to the hype? Is a next gen worth a $500 console price tag? And has there ever been a movie adaptation of a video game that's been done right? It's all on the Gamer Core podcast, everywhere where podcasts are.
Hey guys, this is Brad, aka Young Yoda. Raul said I had to make an ad, so that's what I'm doing. It's supposed to be for Unstructured, but as you guys know, you can freaking catch me everywhere when it comes to this podcast feed. You can find me on the Nerd Cores, on Gamer Cores, on Nerdy Chicanos sometimes when I get lost. But for this particular one, I want you guys to go check out Unstructured. The Raul gave me free reign to do whatever I want to do. I don't know what he was thinking. So go hear me talk about LeBron James and Taco Tuesday, vaping, so many other freaking weird topics that chimichangas, that's a good one. Shout out to Deadpool. And yeah, I guess this is the end of the ad. So if you guys want to find me, you can find me all over the place on this podcast feed. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. I love you all. And nerd up.
Hey everyone, I'm Raul.
And I'm Brad.
And we're the hosts of the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that talks that nerd. Not on this ad, right? And we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. On the Mondays, we talk the news. That's the box office, the news of the week, and your trailer talk if there is any. And on Tuesday, we have our theme review. And on Saturday, you have a Saturday morning review, usually movies that have come out in the week or anything we want to talk about. Right, Brett?
Exactly. Whatever we want to talk about, this is our show. If you don't like it, then you don't have to listen.
We're the flagship show of the Nerdcore Podcast feed, and we can be found everywhere you can listen to podcasts like Stitcher, Apple Podcasts. So if you want to talk that nerd stuff with us every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, make sure you tune in. And Brad?
Young Yoda out.
All right, we're back on High Flyer Radio, and I did not just make the switch, what's it called, quick switch between the live show and the High Flyer Radio brand. But yeah, we're back. Thank you guys for sticking with us after the break. We just had to go do something real quick, and it wasn't with my bowel movements. But yeah, where were we, Aiden?
We were just about to transition over into a new segment that I kind of want to include in every single month, where we're gonna recap our favorite match of the month, and then we're gonna recap our favorite wrestler of the month. So we're gonna start with our favorite match of the month. I'll let you go first, Raul. It's been a minute since we've done the show, so we're kind of allowing it, since the last time we did a High Flyer. What has been your favorite match?
First of all, man, I'm glad that you brought this, because we actually did this in the first couple of episodes.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Sick.
Which is something that I always wanted us to kind of bring back, but got lost in the shuffle.
I just think that there's so much that happens in the world of wrestling we should be able to at the end of the year be able to go back and be like, man, who had the biggest impact in wrestling over the past year. So yeah, man, let's talk about our favorite match of the month and our favorite wrestler of the month.
My favorite match of the month, I'm going to be real honest with y'all. January has been really hard for me, and February has been really hard for me as well. So I've only been catching up limitedly on on wrestling. I've been watching stuff here and there. I watched, of course, the last couple of ones that I watched were the Sami and Cody match. It was on a ladder match. I also watched the Hangman Page and Daniel Bryanson matches. Honestly, both of those can be interchanged for me. But my match of the month, in the last two that I've had the last 2 months that I've been watching wrestling, Cody and Sami put on an incredible match in that ladder match, and I just, now knowing that Cody Rhodes is gone, and Cody is on his path to possibly come back to WWE, or maybe he's just done. He's done, and I love that that's possibly might just be his last match professional wrestling wise, and that's his last match, and he did it putting over the guy that he faced on the first night of Dynamite, which. Yeah. Honestly, there's no more poetic ending to his AEW career than.
Yeah, everything came full circle, dude. In what a match, dude. Sammy Guevara is gonna go down in the history books, in the wrestling history books, for that cutter at the top.
That cutter spot is probably one of the best spots this year so far, and it's crazy, man. Yeah.
One of the best spots in AEW, one of the best spots in wrestling history. I would put that spot right next to the Edge spear on Jeff Hardy at WrestleMania and the TLC match, dude. They're both perfect, man. I think it's an incredible match, but I'm gonna go with the month of February. I guess I'll go with my favorite match. I guess two matches, if you want to call it that. CM Punk versus MJF in Chicago. Wow, I honestly didn't think the match was going to happen. I thought we were in for another twist in the story of MJF and CM Punk and where that was going. But to see that the match did happen and to see CM Punk and MJF basically go at it for about an hour and to have MJF go over on CM Punk 2 times in a match where we saw CM Punk hit the Pepsi plunge.
Pepsi fucking plunge, baby.
He hit the Pepsi fucking plunge, baby. Like that's all you need to know about this match, man. Like on top of the fact that MJF to me is, well, I'll talk about it in a sec. MJF, it has probably just, I don't know how he did it. He snuck in there. He cheated, used that Dynamite Diamond ring. MJF, I think, just became my favorite wrestler of all time. Within this feud with CM Punk, I think MJF has elevated himself so high in AEW to the point where MJF is must-watch television. And I think MJF completely deserves to be the next AEW World Champion.
There ain't no other conversation to be had. He's fucking next.
It should be MJF, which I'll just use this to transfer over into the favorite wrestler of the month. I think MJF, everything about him is the complete package. The promo that he cut last night, or 2 nights ago on Dynamite, is an all-time classic. All-time classic. And he's cutting them on a Wednesday. You know what I mean? And to use such a true story that, you know, neither one of us here, Raul, we're Jewish, but there's things in the elements in the promo that he talked about that I'm sure both you and I were able to just kind of sit there and listen to. Like, I understand how someone like this can get corrupted. So, you know, I want to say I'm cheating. It's Black History Month. I'm cheating. So I've got 2 picks, but since it looks like we both have the same guy, I'm going to put MJF over. So, you know.
Yeah, MJF, man. There's no other way. It's called MJF. What's it called? He's just been having a great career, and it's wild that this is just where we're starting off, and I think that he's going to be headed for bigger things. But there's nobody on the mic that touches MJF right now, and there's nobody who deserves it more right now to be AEW World Heavyweight Champion next. Yeah. But hey, yo, go ahead and give the queen.
But I do got to bow down to the queen, Jade Cargill, man. The work that Jade is doing, man. It literally, the moment they went to TBS, it's like we got the big money now. Cool, I'm cranking it up. And she has turned her character up to 11. She knows exactly who she is. I love this. I love that she's leaning into all the people on Jade Cargill's green. She's not a good worker. All this. I love that she's like doing the whole like I'm green as money, baby. Like I love that for her. Her work rate is getting better in the ring, especially because on the Grapsy podcast she talked about how she's training with Bryan Danielson a lot now, which Jade Cargill and Bryan Danielson working together in the ring, it's paying off. Jade Cargill matches are getting really good.
Keep training with him.
All we have to say is keep it up. We've been Jade fans for a long time over here on High Fly Radio, man. So I'm glad that she's prospering, dude. Like we've said for a while that I think that she's gonna be AEW's Goldberg. I want to see Jade Cargill go like 125-0, dude. I am not growing tired of any one of these matches because every single time she's out there, she does something different, which is what I like in wrestling. So good for Jade Cargill, man. So I've got to put her in there for Wrestler of the Month as well.
It's just, I mean, I think it's wild though that like what's it called? They have Tay Conti going up against her. Like, I was like,
I get it because she's like a top
wrestler. Tay's a good wrestler.
Yeah,
but like there's other matches we can have. Like it's not the most interesting one that you can have, but hey.
I thought their segment was really awkward on Dynamite, dude. Like, she came out there and just like ran up in her face and was doing the whole like bitch, like and I'm like, man, why does every single time that like we have a women's feud on AEW, it comes, oh you bitch, like bro, can we come at each other with something else? We couldn't just have Tay come in here and be like, hey, like I've been on TV prominently every single like damn near every week. You know, like I'm having these good matches. Like I'm constantly becoming like a #1 contender for the women's title. Like, you know, I want my shot at the TBS title. Why can't it just come from that place? You know what I mean? Like, why does it just have to result? I guess because like it's last minute and we're trying to put the Rockets on this feud to get it to Revolution. But to me, man, all you needed was a segment where Jade Cargill's, who's my next opponent? Ty Conti comes out, she's there, boom, I'm your next opponent. And that's really all we could have, like, that's really all I needed.
Yeah.
And I think it also sucks that like some of the fans of the crowd were booing Ty Conti, and I'm seeing a lot of hate for her online because of her relationship with Sami, which to that I kind of have to say it's really none of our business, so we shouldn't be that invested in it.
It's none of your business. It's what's it called? We're not family members of Sammy Guevara. We're not we're not close friends with Sammy Guevara. We're just people who watch TV and watches YouTube videos from time to time. Of course, it's just we're not involved in their relationship. Sammy Guevara cheated on his wife. It's not my business, and it's fucking terrible thing. But what are you gonna attack Tay Conti for? What's it called? Just let them deal with that on their fucking time.
Yeah.
They're just characters on the TV. Let's chill out with the hate online. It's stupid. But I don't care about this feud all that much. But Jade, of course, always I love Jade and I love what she's doing. And yeah, I think that she's gonna she's gonna be undefeated for a good amount of time. But I did also want to bring up the fact, Aiden, I don't know if you agree with me here, but it's time. It's time for Dr. Britt Baker to drop that belt. It's Thunder Rosa's time.
Yeah, I'm with you.
To happen at Revolution.
Britt Baker's first women's world title run has been one of the most underwhelming title runs in AEW, which sucks to have to say that, dude, because I did not think I was going to be saying that.
Yeah, it's like towards the end is where it kind of fell off a bit. Like after the Ruby match and after the the other ones that she I can't remember one of the last ones I really liked, but it just fell off, and I'm just like it's time. It's time for Rosa to win it, because I'm getting tired of guessing it at this point. And it's just like now every time that Britt still has the belt, I'm kind of like, all right, when are we gonna finally move on? And we're gonna do something else with this, because it's about time.
I hope that they add a stipulation to this match, dude. Because I'm gonna run down what the SmackDown and the Rampage cards are for tonight in a sec, just to kind of like send off the night. But I think that there's a contract signing tonight with Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa. I'm hoping that there's like a beatdown or something. There's always a beatdown on the contract signings.
There's no freaking contract signings that ever result in just a normal one.
Plus next week, I think they're in Pittsburgh. So Britt Baker's gonna get a huge babyface pop. I hope she like beats down on Rosa or something, and we get like a steel cage match, because I think that like Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa warrant, like the storyline between them warrants something extra. You know what I mean? Plus, there's so many like just one-on-one matches on the Revolution card. I think it would be nice to kind of like add a twist to a couple of them here and there, because like we got the dog collar match with CM Punk and MJF, and then I think a cage match with Rosa and Baker would fit nicely with the Revolution card. But tonight on SmackDown, we're going to have Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are going to sign the contract for their title versus title for the winner takes all at WrestleMania. And then we've got Sami Zayn is going to celebrate his Intercontinental Championship victory, which he ended that long-ass Shinsuke Nakamura reign, which was complete dog shit because he didn't fucking do anything. He had like 6 matches with Apollo Crews, and that was it.
Yeah, Jay dropped the ball majorly with Shinsuke, but I think that Shinsuke likes his position there, and he just
I do too. He tweeted yesterday, "Thank you all," and I saw it, and I went, "Oh my god, did they release Shinsuke?" And it was just his birthday.
It was his fucking birthday, bro.
I was like, no. I was like, yeah, Shinsuke's free. Like, get him out here, man. Like, get Shinsuke Nakamura in GCW, man. Like, let's see some crazy ass shit with that.
No, sadly, that's not gonna happen, bro.
No way.
I think
he's comfy. Yeah, but tonight on Rampage, we've got the Dr. Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa contract signing. We've got Wardlow versus Nick Comoroto, Orange Cassidy versus Anthony Bowens in the Face of the Revolution qualifying match, and then we've got the Professor's 5-minute challenge with Serena Deeb, which I hope Athena walks through that door one day. And then we got Sammy Guevara versus Andrade El Idolo. Sammy Guevara, stop carrying 2 fucking titles, dog. Like, the interim shit's over.
Yeah,
just wear one fucking belt. They're not 2 titles. They just put on one fucking belt, man. But we've got one last segment, man, and this is the send off to our Revolution pay-per-view watch along, which I'm dubbing this the voice of the radio name draw because
Mhm.
we're going to basically be doing the same thing that we did with Elimination Chamber, where everyone is going to get synced up. So I announced on the Warzone Wednesday stream, and we put it on Twitter as well. The 6 names have already been announced. So in this ramen bowl that my mom gifted me, and I really like, I think it's really neat.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I sent a picture of it to Michelle, and she liked it. I've got all 6 of the names in here. I'm going to draw at random, and this is going to be the order in which everyone will get assigned a wrestler on the Revolution pay-per-view next Sunday. So,
Am I involved in this, by the way?
no, because we will get
I'm
around
all the way
to we will get around to announcing things. But fear not, Kamish, you will get a shot.
I asked Brad, where the hell am I in the contender series? He goes, I think you're under Dwayne. I think you're run up Dwayne.
Dwayne, you lucky son of a bitch, man. You better be lucky that you politicked your way into this goddamn title match, man. But number 1, we've got Alex, man. I just realized that it's backwards, but Alex F, man. Got Alex Flores, man. So number 1, we got Alex.
All right.
Oh shit! I just grabbed it. Well, I gotta shuffle it. I can't just grab shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I got you.
2.
I'll add the names right here for you.
Yeah, there we go. Number 2. Fucking god damn it! Open this shit. Who is this? MJ. We got my friend MJ, who is yet to make an appearance, but I'll be linking up with for the first time at Mania. So that's gonna be pretty sick. All right. Number 3. If I can get this. See, I went to the old school because I got sick of that fucking wheel, man. That shit pissed me off.
You didn't like
I
the
didn't like
confetti,
that.
did you?
No. We've got David B.
All right.
Nice. All right. Number 4. And then we've got 2 more. What's this? Yoda. That son of a bitch trying to get back into this fucking title contendership. Brad. And then we've got 2 more. 2 more names. Who will it be? Go with this one. So we'll see.
Suspense is killing me.
The suspense is killing me. The dead air is killing me. We've got Chu, Michael Chu, man, trying to get up in here. You know what? I haven't done anything with Michael Chu since my my fantasy booking for Captain America 4, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So the last name, well, Mikey? I guess since that's everyone drawn, the last name is Kylie. I'm sorry, Kylie. This is ridiculous.
Oh, poor Kylie, man. You just keep leaving her out, man. It's okay, Kylie. Save the best for last, right?
Best for last. So that's it, man. Those are the names and our voice of the radio name draw. We will see on March 6th at Revolution. We're gonna draw the wrestler's name, and that will be the order in which everyone gets assigned. So stay tuned for that to see who's gonna get a shot to enter the triple threat at Double or Nothing for our next AEW pay-per-view watch along. Let me go back to my notes, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, it's gonna be me versus Gio versus Dwayne. So we'll see how that shit shakes out, man. But that's it for me, man.
On next Saturday, right? That's Saturday.
Next Sunday.
Sunday, shit. I don't know my days apparently. Next Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, of course. And winner joins Keon for the title shot at Double or Nothing.
Yep. So we'll see you there.
Yeah. And as always, want to thank you all so much for sticking by with us as we recap the month in professional wrestling. And as always, want to thank you all so much for being the wonderful people that you are by being in the chat, subscribing to our YouTube channel, watching us on Twitch, all that wonderful stuff. We appreciate it. And as always, you want to keep up to date with all the stuff on the Nerdcore, you go to nerdcore.com for articles, reviews, for podcast episodes, on YouTube, as well as youtube.com/thenerdcore for all that wonderful stuff, video versions of the podcast, and all the stuff that happens, all that wonderful stuff. And of course, we want to thank our Patreon supporters for all that they do and make these shows possible. We thank you all so much. We love you guys, and we are indebted with you all for being the wonderful people that you are and making these shows possible. As always, you can follow Aiden where?
You can find me on Instagram only at Aiden Kossick, AIDENKOSSICK. I've got all my links in the description below if you want to check out the other stuff that I'm doing.
Yep, as always, my shit's on the description below too. So Nerd Chicano everywhere, and YouTube.com, my full name. Just get me to 100 subscribers, please, guys. I want to
We
get
need
my
that custom URL.
custom
Come
URL.
on.
It sucks having numbers in letters.
Get the
But,
commissioner a custom URL, guys. We gotta make it happen by the end of the year.
Yeah, but of course, thank you all for joining us. We'll see you all tonight on the live show. If that is the case, right? Aiden, you've got work, don't you?
No, I'll probably be on the live show tonight, man. We're talking
I
about
bet.
Batman, so anywhere where Batman goes, I'm there.
Yes. We're only a couple of days left already.
Yeah. I can't believe I get to go see it in 4 days, dude. I'm hyped.
Yeah. I got 7, or I don't remember how many days
It's
it is.
probably like 5 or whatever.
We'll see you all there, though, a live show. And, of course, it's been a wonderful time. Catch you on the next one. Of course, this is Nightfly Radio. Don't tap out.
Tune in. That son of a bitch, Gio's not winning this title.